Willy's Wonderland is a 2.5D beat-em-up game based on the film of the same name. Now, as someone that's not familiar with the film, so the source material is foreign to me, I will tell you that there's like no story presented here. So if you're not familiar with the film either, you won't really know why you're going to the locations that you are, why you're fighting these enemies, or really what's going on. There's no cutscenes or story presented. There's a few like slideshow-esque images shown, but that's pretty much it. The gameplay is similar at first to games like Streets of Rage or Double Dragon, where you'll beat up a bunch of baddies, fight a boss, go to the next level, more baddies, boss, rinse, and repeat. You have some different abilities at your disposal that you can activate by filling up the fun circles, or I guess you can call it meter there, that you can see on the screen. And each one of these does something different. One heals you, one gives you like a speed boost, and one increases your damage. So using these to the best of your ability will help you succeed in defeating all the enemies and bosses to reach the game's finale. Your basic feature set has the typical punch, kick, jump. You also have like this stunning boost dodge maneuver thing. But other than that, you move pretty sluggishly around as you fight enemies. So avoiding damage is pretty difficult. And later on in the game, it gets to be pretty frustrating as you can get like stun locked by enemies and just hit repeatedly without being able to get out of it until eventually they let you go. There's two different characters you can play as. There's the janitor and also the female character Liv. They play mostly the same from what I can tell, and there is a local two-player option if you have a buddy to play this with. But other than that, there's really no variety or differences between the two. There's a very limited amount of enemies, and the game feels a bit buggy at times. The combat isn't really satisfying, and I find it to be kind of annoying because as you're punching and kicking, your character's kind of moving forward. So as you're hitting an enemy in front of you, you often find yourself like passing right through them, and then you have to try and turn around and hit them. But it's difficult because they're like right on top of you. There's some boxes you can destroy that'll give you some power-ups, like health refills and fun meter refills. There's really not much to say about Willy's Wonderland. At first I thought it would be pretty cool because it started out good enough, but the further I got into it, the more I just couldn't wait for it to be over. It's not bad, but it's so mundane and just mediocre. It's not really a game I can recommend unless maybe you're a huge fan of the movie. But even then, I feel like you'll be really disappointed because it doesn't do anything spectacular or really excel in any aspect. Its graphics are kind of eh. Its gameplay is pretty janky, and there's a lot of bugs and weird design choices. I had the game soft lock on me once. The best thing that it has going for it, truly, is that it's pretty short, and it's over so quickly that it's hard to really say that it overstayed its welcome. And when the best thing about your game is that it's over, I want to say that's not a good thing. Willy's Wonderland is a disappointing 2.5D beat-em-up that I can't really recommend to anyone unless you just really like this style of game. But if you enjoy beat-em-ups as much as I do, you're no doubt going to be completely disappointed with everything this has to offer. It's so lackluster compared to recent beat-em-ups that we've gotten over the years that have been stellar, like Double Dragon Neon, Streets of Rage 4, TMNT, Shredder's Revenge. The list goes on. So I would say give this one a pass, as it's really not that great. It's not terrible by any means, so if you really want to play it, you can do worse, but I wouldn't recommend it. Appreciate you watching this review. Hope you found it helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. And hopefully I'll see you on my next video. Have a good one.